So next we could put in more sounds. I'm thinking of a pad and also of a guitar. Actually, a guitar is a sound we can take from the packs. So we're not designing everything by ourselves, but almost. Let's go to the packs. And I assume you have Ableton Live Suite 9 and you have those packs installed. For example, the guitar and bass pack. And if you look for guitar amp and you go to sounds, guitar amped, and take the guitar dual amped crunch. If you click on it, will play. Yeah, so let's take that one and drag it over here. So right now we have this guitar inside of a sampler device. Looks a little bit confusing maybe, because this sampler device is grouped into an instrument group, which looks like this over here. You can also open it up, close it, open this part, close it down all the way. And this one again is grouped into another instrument rack, but we are going to talk about those things later. Just regard it as a complete instrument for now, and we are going to use it with one of our MIDI files. So let's go to the folder from the chorus samples and go to chorus guitar and drag that one on here. Open it up, take down the volume a bit of this guitar and see what happens. So this is what we are getting. If we take a look at the notes, we can see a couple of them are played with higher velocities and a couple of them are with lower velocities. And here we have a chord. If I activate the headphones, I can preview them. Like the lower note is played a little more silent than the higher note. And in this case, it also changes the character of the sound. For example, very high velocities put in some pitchy kind of effect. And over here you have staccato kind of effects. More legato. So this is a cool way of working with sampled instruments in Ableton, like pianos or guitars. And you see we are playing those notes a little off grid sometimes to get a more natural feeling of a guitar player. So let's play this part again. So let's color our arrangement a bit. Right click on a MIDI clip, give it a green color if it's a guitar and a guitar track. Give it a blue color if it's a bass and a bass MIDI clip. You can actually rename this one to bass. And if it's a kick, make it black. If the kick is black, everything else can stay for the moment. So with the guitar, we are also going to do a little bit of effect work. Behind the guitar, I want to drag in an equalizer. So select the EQ8 over here and take off the lower frequencies. We really need this space for our bass notes. So this is not necessary to be covered by the guitar. Check if there's anything. So if I want to loop this area over here, I can select it, right click and say loop selection. And you see we have some frequencies going on here in the spectrum, so just take them out. And now there's a little bit of resonance going on You might hear it already. Let's take another bell. So this is a bell over here and try to find it. How do we find resonances? We can go into this headphone mode here as well and just hear what this note is affecting. So let's play it again. Put this one on solo. That one is nasty over here. So we need to get rid of those frequencies up here around 2500 and make sure you go down over here and put the Q up a bit. The shape can stay like that. Let's listen again. Now we also have some parts that are a lot more quiet than other ones of the guitar, so we can use a compressor and even them out a bit. So the louder parts will be adjusted a little more towards the more silent parts. Drag in a compressor, put it not behind but in front of this EQ. Just tell it to show up in this view, in the transfer curve view. And take down the threshold and put up the ratio a bit to have it work. So this way we are making sure the loudest elements of the guitar and the more silent elements are closer together to each other, and we have a more balanced experience of the guitar. Now this guitar could also be considered to be fairly in the middle of our panorama. If you think of left-right panorama panning, we have a knob over here that's on C right now, which is actually the panorama. So we could move it to the left if we drag it down. So to the left side, if you listen to your headphones, you should hear it on the left now. And to the right. So this is our panorama, and this guitar sounds fairly centered right now, and we would like to expand it a little more to our panorama, but equally to both sides, so we can use a chorus effect. So let's select this chorus effect, drag it here, and put it on dry wet. So how much is this chorus going to be applied? 100%, not at all. And we are going to put it up to something like 30 or 25. See how the character of the sound is changing if we apply it a lot. So we don't want that, but we want a little bit of more stereo feel. Well, that doesn't sound too bad. And now we'd also like to put on a reverb and a little bit of delay. So let's go down to the reverb section over here, select a reverb, put it behind the chorus, take down the dry wet a bit, listen in. So we can put up the decay time, so we have a longer reverb. And put the quality up from eco to high quality. The size of 100 and stereo of 100 remain that way for now, and we're going to put down the dry wet a bit. Also drag in a simple delay to have a little bit of a delay effect over here. And put up the feedback, put down the dry wet, keep it on 4 on the left side and 6 on the right side. So there you have this delay effect already going on. If you put up a lot of feedback, we almost never stop. So that's not what we're looking for. And if we put up the dry wet, it seems to be fine if we keep it at around 20. And we can also adjust the track delay a bit and have it come in a little earlier, so to have a more natural feel. So we're done with the guitar here.